Chapter 4. Healer 3. A week had passed since the agreement happened, and Jessica still couldn't believe that she would be the mate of the future alpha of the Blue Mountain Pack, Matthew. Not many people knew about it yet, apart from the council, Metering, Alpha Mateo, Matthew's father, Jessica, and of course, Jessica's BFFs Rhoda and Jake. Most likely girl, Jessica might explode if she did not inform them. Jake already knows she's a wolf, and now she's getting married. What a revelation, Jessie commented as she read. Jessica used to focus only on her studies, now she needed to pay attention to Matthew too. Fortunately, their Alpha and Metering agreed to let her finish her education first. Matthew had already completed his education and was undergoing intense training, preparing to take on the role of Alpha. Jessica, on the other hand, still had a long way to go. She wanted to suggest getting married after she graduated as a doctor, but the Alpha might break her neck. So, she decided to finish her pre-med course first. Her time with her BFFs and other friends reduced. For now, she needed to manage her time between studies, BFFs, Metering's teachings, and building her relationship with Matthew. Among all of these, building a relationship with Matthew was the challenging part, understanding his likes, dislikes, and more. So, they spent their weekends bonding with each other, and a month quickly passed. Jessica enjoyed Matthew's company, and she could feel herself falling for him. So when's the flirting going to happen? Ha ha ha, mischievously pondered Jessie in her thoughts. Jessica woke up with a heavy feeling. It was Saturday, and she had plans with Matthew. She took some herbal medicine to ease her discomfort. Matthew was already waiting for her, so she got ready. They were heading to the waterfalls for swimming and a picnic. She felt something unusual in her body, but she ignored it. There was a slight itch, but it disappeared before they reached their destination. Oh no, a future doctor ignoring herself? I don't know if I'm annoyed with Jessica or the writer. Crazy, Jessie commented. I hope there's some flirting here though. Ha ha ha, she added. Matthew, let's find a spot near the tree for some shade, Jessica suggested to Matthew. Yes, good idea. It's better so our food doesn't get wet, and we can change clothes without getting soaked. The waterfall splashes on the rocks on the side, Matthew agreed. Should we eat first, or take a dip? Jessica asked. How about you? Are you hungry? Matthew responded. Just a bit, but okay, let's eat a little, said Jessica. Okay, sounds good, agreed Matthew. They chatted while eating, discussing their training and studies. They were taking it slow. What? Jessie, dismayed. So, no teasing and flirting yet? She added. Jessie, always craving teasing and flirting. Chill girl, her thoughts scolded herself. Okay, continue back to the story. Come on, let's take a dip, Matthew invited Jessica. As Jessica undressed, she noticed Matthew furrowing his brow while looking at her body. Here it is, what I've been waiting for. The romance is finally happening, Jessie exclaimed with a grin. What's wrong? Why are you looking like that? Jessica asked Matthew. Before Matthew could speak, Jessica saw her own body. She screamed in shock. What is this? Why do I have these tattoos on my body? So many. I don't remember getting a tattoo. Matthew stepped back, somewhat disgusted by Jessica's appearance. Jessica felt hurt by Matthew's reaction. What the freaking hell? I thought there'd be romance, Jessie sighed. This writer is playing with me. And Matthew, what a jerk, she complained. Hey Jessie, why do you think you know more than the writer? And it's not Matthew's fault for reacting like that. It's the director's command, Jessie defended herself in her thoughts. Okay, you win, brain, let's continue. It's better if we go home. You should tell your grandma what's happening. It's impossible for you to suddenly have tattoos, Matthew suggested. Jessica nodded, but was still teary-eyed and confused. How is this possible? What's happening? She wondered to herself. Upon arriving home, Jessica went straight to her room. She didn't tell her grandmother yet because she was afraid of what it might be and why she had this. Fear overwhelmed her, so she chose to lock herself in her room. She took something that calmed her bracelet, a gift from her late parents. It was made of white gold with dangling moon phases and the letter J. Her father specially designed it as a gift for her 16th birthday. Her father died fighting against the rogues. At present, she and her grandma, Metering, were the only ones left in their lives. Jessica lived alone in the house she inherited from her parents. She didn't want to leave it because of the memories. She occasionally slept at her grandma's house. Oh, my God, girl, why didn't you tell her? Seriously, if I were you, I'd go to grandma right away. I might spank you soon, Jessie scolded in her thoughts. On Monday, Jessica was going back to school. She noticed that the tattoos had reached her shoulders. She wore clothes that were able to cover more skin. After school, she invited Rhoda and Jake to go to the mall. They missed each other and wanted to spend time together. Hey, Jessica, tell us, what's the update with you and Matthew? Jake asked. Guys, let's not talk about him for now, Jessica replied. I smell a lover's quarrel, Rhoda interjected. And speaking of smells, Jessica, did you change your perfume? You smell like roses. What smell of roses, Rhoda? Jake retorted, I don't smell anything unusual. It's just Jessica's usual fragrance. Nothing, guys. I just want us to talk about us and what we're going to do. Let's set aside the love life for now, Jessica reasoned. She was also wondering why she smelled like roses. Okay, let's go to the arcade, Rhoda suggested. Because, Jessica, you're a healer, you're transforming. Don't you remember the story? You are starting to bug me, Jessie commented on the text. They enjoyed playing games and decided to take a bite at a nearby restaurant. While they were there, Jake noticed something about Jessica. Girl, did you get a tattoo? When? Why didn't we know about it? Jake asked. Yeah. When? You didn't have that earlier, Rhoda exclaimed. Jessica took out her pocket mirror and checked herself. She was surprised. The tattoo had climbed up to her neck, which wasn't there earlier. Jessica felt nervous. Guys, I need to go home. Jessica ran away from her friends, and they followed, concerned. In the parking lot, 5 men blocked her way. Rogues, Jessica thought. What do you want? Jessica shouted. It's you. You're what we need. Get her, the leader ordered, the 4 others. Jessica, Rhoda and Jake shouted. Rhoda and Jessica wouldn't just let themselves be taken, but Jake is a human. He couldn't match the strength of the wolf-like attackers. Jake, hide. Jessica and I will fight, Rhoda ordered Jake. I'll call for help, guys, Jake promised. Jessica and Rhoda fought against the 4 men. They didn't notice that the 5th one was chasing Jake to prevent him from calling for help. It was too late to assist their friend. The 2 were devastated when they saw Jake lying on the pavement bleeding. Jake, Jessica cried with tears streaming down her face. Why are you doing this? What did we do to you? She added. Girl, you're not at fault. But our leader needs you to be his wife. With your abilities, we can conquer the Blue Mountain and Red Rock Pack, the man explained. I don't understand what you're talking about. And I won't agree to be the wife of your bastard leader, Jessica refused. Shit, I don't want to read this. I'm so mad at you, Jessica. You should have consulted with your grandma and Alpha right away. And you should have realized that these are signs of transformation, to become a healer. Remember when the Alpha visited your house? My God, this is just utter foolishness, Jessie angrily exclaimed, her frustration echoing in the room.